His mother begged the doctor to let her abort the fetus because she didn't even have money to buy bread for her 4 children. But the doctor refused and said, "Perhaps this child will change the destiny of your family." That doctor didn't know he was talking about the wealthiest athlete in history. But how did a boy whose teacher told him you have no future build a billion-dollar empire from absolute poverty? The secret lies in the darkest nights of Madeira that they haven't told you until now. The year 1985, Madeira Island, Portugal, a small island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, a place where fishermen left home early in the morning and some never returned, a place where dreams were suffocated before they could grow.
In Madeira, you either had to become a fisherman or drown in poverty. But Cristiano found a third way that no one believed in. He used to say, "I was born poor, but I won't die poor." In a tiny house in a poor neighborhood, a woman lived with 4 children. Dolores worked from morning until night, washing dishes, cleaning, doing any job that paid. Her husband, Jose, was a gardener for a sports field. He was a good man, but he had an enemy he couldn't leave behind: the bottle. When Cristiano was born, their house didn't have 4 rooms. 4 people slept in one room. A bed? No, often on the floor. Dinner? Some nights, just a piece of bread with a little soup. Dolores once said, "I wanted to have an abortion when I was pregnant. I didn't know how to raise this child." This child, who wasn't supposed to be born, would one day have the whole world calling his name. From the moment Cristiano learned to walk, he ran after the ball. A plastic ball, an old ball, anything round that he could kick. His neighborhood was dangerous. The kids in those alleys either went toward the streets or toward alcohol. But Cristiano had something the others didn't: a goal. Every day after school, until dark, he would kick the ball. Alone. No coach, no professional field, just a wall and 2 lines marking the goal. At that time, Cristiano had only 1 pair of shoes with holes in the front. His mother tried to keep them together with patches. Ronaldo practiced with those torn shoes as if it were the World Cup final. He told the other kids, "The day will come when I wear the best shoes in the world, and you will just watch." His school teacher said, "This boy doesn't study. He has no future." His father said, "Cristiano, go learn a trade. Football is a dream." But Cristiano didn't listen. Not out of stubbornness, out of certainty. He vowed to himself, "One day I will make this small town too small for my name." One night, a scout came to Madeira, someone from Sporting Lisbon. He was looking for talent. He saw the 12-year-old Cristiano and said, "I want this boy." Dolores cried, not from happiness, but from fear. Her son had to go live 1,500 kilometers away from home, in a city he didn't know, without family. The night before leaving, Cristiano sat in his room and cried. A cry he tried to make sure no one heard. He knew if his mom found out, she might let him stay. And if he stayed, he knew he could never leave. Early the next morning, he picked up his small suitcase. His mom hugged him. He smelled the scent of their kitchen, that same smell of bread and soup. He said, "Goodbye, Mom," and he left. Sporting Lisbon Academy, the place where Portugal's best talents gathered. Cristiano was the island kid there. His accent was different. His clothes were cheap. The other kids laughed at him. In Lisbon, he was so broke that at night, he and his friends would go to the back door of a McDonald's and ask the workers, "Do you have any leftover burgers you're going to throw away?" Years later, when he reached legendary wealth, he announced in a live interview that he was still looking for those women who gave him free burgers to thank them. He has never forgotten the names of those 3 women. At night, when everyone was sleeping, he would cry in his bed and quietly call his mother's name. Once he told himself, "I'm going back. This isn't worth it." But in the morning,
he got up.
He put on his shoes, and he went to practice. That exact moment when a person wants to give up but doesn't, that is the moment the path changes. But just when everyone thought he would remain just an ordinary player in the Portuguese league, something happened that changed not only Cristiano's life, but the course of football history forever. 2003, Cristiano was 18 years old.
Sporting had a friendly match against Manchester United. That night, Cristiano moved with such speed and technique past the United defenders that John O'Shea, the United defender, reportedly needed an oxygen tank at halftime because he was so dizzy. The Manchester players, on the way back to England, talked about only one person. They went to Sir Alex Ferguson and said, "Sign this boy, now." Ferguson asked, "How much do you want?"
Sporting said 12 million euros. Ferguson thought for a moment, then said, "Okay." Cristiano went to England wearing the number 7 shirt, the same number previously worn by Wizards, Beckham, Cantona. It was hard at first. The media said, "He's too arrogant." The fans hissed at him. Sometimes he'd get tackled 20 times in a single game. But he got up. He always got up. Every night after training, when the others went to rest, Cristiano stayed. Alone, he practiced free kicks, speed, strength, intelligence. He filled every gap with work. He tied weights to his feet to increase his speed, even when the coaches ordered him to rest. 2003, Real Madrid bought Cristiano for 80 million euros, the most expensive deal in football history at the time. The city of Madrid went crazy. 80,000 people came to the stadium just to see him. Not for a game, just for his presentation. He stayed in Madrid for 9 years. He scored 450 goals. He won the Champions League 4 times. He won the Ballon d'Or 4 times. While at Real Madrid, even after winning major finals, when the other players partied until morning, Cristiano went home to recover in an ice bath. He didn't use victories for rest. He saw them as fuel for the next trophy. Today, Cristiano Ronaldo is an empire. CR7 is no longer just a name, it's a global powerhouse. From luxury hotels and restaurant chains to his own brand of fragrance, clothing, and even international clinics. His brand is worth over $1 billion. Ronaldo became the first footballer in history to hit a 10-digit net worth. His $200 million contract with Al-Nassr is one of the biggest in sports history. His Instagram has over 650 million followers, and his YouTube channel has over 65 million subscribers. Today, he earns more from a single Instagram post than the total lifetime earnings of the teacher who didn't believe in him. Georgina, his partner, and his children are by his side, the family he always dreamed of. In your opinion, what was Ronaldo's greatest enemy? Poverty or the eyes of the people who didn't believe in him? Let me know in the comments.